Hey friends, how you doing? Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. We are doing a speed build today. I do probably mostly this on my channel mixed in with my not so very let's play. And then I guess I sprinkle in a little bit of casts here and there. But anyways, today we are back in Del Sol Valley. We're actually right next to the last residential rental lot that I built in Del Sol. But I am building a second one, which I'm not really doing multiples in many worlds. However, I find that the starter neighborhood in Del Sol Valley, the lots are absolutely massive. And, like, for a starter home, I don't need that much space. So I felt like it was better utilized to do this. So the first lot that we did probably a couple months ago now at this point, but I'll link it at the end of this video if you want to check it out. Anyways, we did 3 little homes for that one, all rentals. Only one of them got filled by some Sims. And then this one I'm doing, it's going to be a low rise apartment building. Again, inspired by Los Angeles because that's what Del Sol Valley kind of resembles. So, of course, we're going to follow suit with that. But this is a low rise apartment building. It's going to have a pool, which we are adding in right now, just a little one. And it's going to have 6 units in it. It's gonna have a 2 bedroom, 2 bathroom unit, a bedroom and a den, junior bedroom size kind of room, and a bathroom unit, and then a 1 bedroom, 2 bathroom unit. So the 2 full-size bedroom, the 1 bedroom is going to have an ensuite, and then the 1 bedroom with 2 bathrooms, one of those bathrooms is an ensuite as well. And then the unit with just 1 bathroom and the 2 rooms, of course, they're going to have access throughout the whole apartment to that bathroom. So there is no ensuite. I feel like that should be the cheapest of the three, but I don't actually have a landlord for this lot right now. I think by the end of creating my whole save file, I'll have maybe some landlords sprinkled in here and there so that they're not just all panny because I feel like that's a little much for him to balance on his plate. But yeah, right now there is no landlord, so that's who you're gonna get if you download this off the gallery. I fill 2 of the apartments with some Sims. One of the households is already out on my channel in a Create a Sim video. It is the dark and brooding Chase Stark. He will be living in, oh, I can't even remember. I think I put him on the second floor. I think they're both second floor units that get occupied. The 1 bedroom on the back right now, and then the 2 bedroom on the front of the lot. But anyways, he's gonna occupy one of them, and then the other household is going to be 2 roommate friends, which will be not the next video that comes out because that will be a not so berry one, but the one following that. So stay tuned for that. Subscribe if you don't want to miss it. That would be a good idea for you, and it helps me out too, which I am all about if you're willing to do that. So anyway, back to my build. I keep everything pretty matchy in here because it is an apartment building, and I find that apartment buildings keep things pretty basic and standard throughout. So all the bathrooms are going to be the same beige tiling. I use the tiles from Spa Day. I feel like that's a pack that most people would have because it got a little more attention with the refresh that they did for it. adding in the fingernails and manicure, painting, whatnot. That was so poorly phrased, but I think you know what I was getting at. And then all the lights in all the units are the same. I keep the flooring just this light hardwood, and then I just do the walls all white. I feel like if you do move in, you could paint, because you can paint apartments in real life. You just have to technically ask the landlords for permission, but I guess not everyone would. And then this apartment building, along with the pool, they're gonna have like a little backyard area with some picnic tables and a barbecue. So I do apologize. Your Sims will probably be barbecuing all the time if they live here, because that's just what Sims do. I really wanted to use this fence that came with Eco Lifestyle because it's a nice tall one, but we don't really have many tall gates and none tall enough to work with that one. So unfortunately, I did have to change it. I am happy with the gate and fence that we ended up with, though. Landscaping, I keep pretty minimal, but I do actually like that I was able to match it with the lot right next to it. So when you're looking at these lots from the map view, it actually looks really nice and aesthetic. Like, this is a little bit of an uppity, starter neighborhood. If yeah, I just feel like most lower income areas wouldn't have the kind of lawn care that this brings off, because it is very uniform and well maintained. But again, this is The Sims, it's not real life. So yeah, I like how it turned out. I even get the same lamppost in there to light up the streets. So I do love, I love how it all blended in nice together. I think this made really good use out of the space for these two lots, and I am extremely happy with how they turned out. It also makes Del Sol Valley feel a little more lively and like populated, because it, for like a bustling city about entertainment and media, it seems pretty dull and empty. Even like the high-end celebrity neighborhood up in the hills, there's like 3 lots, so I'll have to get a little bit creative with those ones too. I think I don't know if I want to do them as residential rentals, because I feel like as a celebrity they would own their home, but maybe I can make one into like some high-end condos. I don't know. I just don't want to overdo it with the apartments in Del Sol Valley. I think having these 2 lots is enough, but yeah. We'll have some fun building some mansions that fill out those hills. That is for sure. I've done some fun ones in the past, not recorded or anything for YouTube because it was well before I had my channel. But yeah, I can get pretty luxurious when I try. It's just very time consuming to do, so I don't put that effort in that often. I also, as usual, when I have an apartment building, get a dumpster in here. So your Sims do have that as a woohoo option. You're welcome. We all love a good dumpster woohoo. And I put it happened like a minute ago in the speed build, but I put a market table outside by the entrance on the pathway, so if you do move Sims in here, they can set up and sell some of their items. I feel like that's something that people would do in LA, set up vendor tables and maybe try and sell some merch. I don't know. I've never been to LA, so this is just my imagination running rampant right now. This is one of the fully decorated apartments. I only fully decorate the two that I have occupied because I want you guys to be able to personalize them, much like I want to be able to personalize them when I use my save file and move Sims in here. So the other apartments that aren't occupied are going to have the bathrooms and kitchens done and all the wallpaper and flooring, but no other furniture. So that is all free range in this apartment because it is a bachelor living here and he is kind of a player. He's big into sports, but not so big into keeping things tidy. So he's going to have things kind of not placed straight, on angles, some clutter all over the place, some paperwork piles, some clothes on the floor. He's just got his workstation set up right in the kitchen, not a care in the world. He's got a bike in his living room by the end of it all. And yeah, very basic, very focused on having his guy friends over for a good time as opposed to functional living space and furniture. You'll see what I mean more later into the build. Right now, I was really struggling with the kitchen layout and trying to fit the fridge in nicely, as well as the stove without having them all just in one line. And then I wanted to get some cabinets in as well. So I do end up swapping it over to the other side here and it just fits so much better. So I like how this ended up turning out. Instead of a dining table, this sim, Chase Stark, he ends up getting in a gaming table. I was imagining some poker nights with the guys. He's also gonna have a dartboard and like a video gaming area. Even though he is more into sports, when the guys do come over, that's what they're up to. Just playing games and having some beers and a good time. I do give him a pretty fancy stereo too. Here's where I contemplated which dining table I could give him that wasn't super aesthetically pleasing. And then I quickly thought, no, obviously he's not focused on a dining table because this guy just pops something in the microwave over there and then heads on over to his ratty old couch. And that's a night for him. Obviously a night when he's not out on the prowl for another hookup, though. I never used this little end table from the Cool Kitchen stuff pack, probably because it doesn't really fit into kitchens, even though it's supposed to be like a recipe book holder. I thought it fit well here because it's kind of just an odd random table that this guy has shoved off in the corner, and it just works well. I never use these couches from base game, but for a bachelor, I wanted something dark, and I was feeling the basement kit couch for a little while, but then I was having some trouble matching a rug to it, so I totally just gave up on it and went with this sofa instead. But I do like it better. I know this sim is in an apartment building, but we do make sure he gets enough activities in there. He's got all the sports balls available in the game sitting on his shelf, so he can pop those on into his inventory and head off to the park. I have a bubble tea and thrift store actually in Oasis Springs already with a basketball court at it, as well as a school in Copperdale. So there's a couple places for this guy to go play basketball. He's got a treadmill and a punching bag, as well as a soccer ball. There are less places for him to do that, but I don't even think there is a soccer net like anywhere playable in the game. If there is, it would be in Brychester because that's what the soccer ball came with. But yeah, I really don't think there is one. I do give this guy the Lovestruck game pack because he is going to be a little bit of a player, which I said already. And of course, another active thing is the bike, which is why it's tucked in there in the back of the living room. I know that clip there was a little bit confusing because it just threw me off a tad, but we just accidentally popped down a floor while I was looking through the catalog, and I actually didn't notice in real time, and it threw me off in the moment too, actually. So yeah, we just popped on back upstairs and we could finish decorating his apartment, no problem. I did have to put some dirty dishes on the counter because, again, this is a bachelor. He is not keeping on top of his dishes. And those little carts there, I like to imagine, are from the one night stands that he told all these wonderful things to and then never called again, but they sent him a little love note or dropped it off at his door, and yeah, that's where things were left to end because that's all he did with it was plop it down on his trophy shelf over there. I wanted to fill in his cabinets a little bit because we were making the apartments a little bit matchy. I wanted to make the shelves look a little different. So even if you don't fill them out in the unit right below, it will look different because this one is a little bit more filled in over there. I throw some piles of stuff kind of wherever I could. I'm really craving some more dirty clutter in the game, really. I just feel like I can't go all out, and I want dirty clutter that Sims can walk through, because sometimes I find that the laundry piles on the floor can be an issue for walkability for your Sims, but yeah, I just want more dirty clutter items to really fulfill my teenage boy decor dreams. The dreams that we all have for The Sims. But no, just for my more realistic styling in the game, because we know that's what I'm all about over here. And if you're new and don't know, take note. I am all about that over here. This bedroom I actually adore. This is one of the two roommates. So one of their names is Deidre, and I do apologize. I am blanking on the other roommate's name right this moment. It might come to me by the end of the video, or you might just have to watch that Create a Sim video when it comes out. So, like I said earlier, don't forget to subscribe, guys. Anyways, one of the Sims is going to be a model, and the other Sim is going to be pursuing a career in acting. So, that will be the Sim on the left in the blue room, will be the actor. And then this room that we are starting on now is going to be the model. She's going to have a little photography studio in her room. So right now we're really filling it out with furniture, but I do change a lot of this. I change the tone of the furniture as well. I fiddled around quite a bit with the placement of this silly camera. I ended up having to tuck the bed right on it into the corner just to give ample space because, again, I really like my builds to be functioning and usable. I don't know what words I'm trying to use right now, but that makes sense. So that's what I'm going to go with. So yeah, I used a lot of the Moschino stuff pack items here, which I'm not going to lie, I know that is not a fan favorite stuff pack, but it is not the worst stuff pack. I actually quite like the items and I use them a fair bit. Yeah, the tripod is probably the best feature of that pack. I am not huge on the clothing items or anything like that, but like you can really make use out of that one. So I find that you do get your money's worth if you play a similar gameplay style to myself. I also have to do a special mention to the windows that come with that pack because they are gorgeous and perfect for apartment buildings, even though I did not use them in this one. This is also probably my favorite of the kitchens in all the apartments here. Like the layout, I mean, in the three different apartment types that I have. I use cabinets that technically don't match the bottom ones, but you can't even tell because they're from the same pack and basically the same swatch. They're like a smidge off. They make it so that you can't interchange the upper cabinets, but you don't notice when it's the different upper cabinets to the lower cabinets. So there's that. Here we are just placing that kitchen down at the bottom. That's all we're going to end up doing there because, again, we only furnish fully the 2 units. So all these other units are just kitchens and bathrooms. So after we finish furnishing this one, we will have to pop on into the middle and get their kitchen sorted out. But there is not too much furnishing to do here. I do give these girls a waffle maker. I'm trying to give different households different appliances because that's how it would be in real life. You know, you go over to your friend's house and their parents make something that your parents never make, and it's like the coolest thing ever. So, yeah, these girls have a very luxurious style choice, very contemporary and modern feeling. So, I quite like it. I always love being able to use that resin table from the Growing Together pack. It's just so gorgeous. I wish the other swatches, the resin didn't change color. I kind of just like the basic blue resin, but I guess other people have different preferences, so it's okay. I just don't use those swatches too often because they're just not for me. These girls have definitely more plants than the Bachelor did. I don't think we gave him any plants, and they're gonna end up getting some photos of themselves tucked in here. They've also got a little bar to make their cocktails at for their girls' nights in. I just imagine popping popcorn or honestly making waffles and having a movie night with some drinks, maybe some mimosas, even though that is a brunch drink. They're doing it at a movie night with their brunchy themed food. Yeah, I love imagining cozy girl roommate nights. It's something I kind of always pictured for my university years, but it didn't quite play out like that entirely. Maybe a little bit in my later time at university, but not so much early on. But that's okay because I spent a lot of time playing Sims and we all know I enjoy that too. So we've always found a way to enjoy our time, however it's spent. Be positive, people. The final kitchen probably ends up being the smallest kitchen, but I think it's okay. It's still pretty spacious, honestly, for an apartment kitchen, and you have room for a dining table and a living room in there still. At this point, we have finished our landscaping, we finished our lighting, and now I just have to section off all these different apartments. So while I do those 6 apartment sectionings and kind of give them all their own lot traits and quirks, I will say my little goodbye spiel. I am so grateful to all of you for being here watching, especially if you've made it far enough to hit this little speech that I do at the end of all of my videos. But yes, thank you so, so much. It means so much to me to have the support of literally anybody, because I am just having fun playing The Sims and sharing it with the internet, basically. But yeah, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, keep showing that support however you're willing to. It is very much appreciated, and most importantly, have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye guys.